This week on Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are talking about Hopewell, Slick Rick, and then we dive into some of our favorite Tiki drinks over at Lost Lake and 3 Dots and a Dash. All that and more on this week's episode.
Yeah, because, you know, you get a cork knocked out, boop, it just flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it. The legend, Mr. Pete Crowley. I love Pete Crowley, man.
How's that beer? It's what you think it is.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. Every time you go to Floyds, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
Summer is dwindling away, Nick.
Dude, I'm seeing Oktoberfest parties and back to school shit, and I want no
pumpkin
parts.
Beers.
Dude, I want no parts of this shit at all.
It's a sad day, man. But
yeah, we're rolling into August, so pretty soon it's gonna be fall. Fall is good.
fall's okay.
Fall ain't summer.
No, but the hoodies are nice. I like
hoodies.
Yeah, but don't like that cold. But we're not here talking about the weather. We're here talking about beer. We still got plenty of months to drink session ales, pale ales, IPAs. Actually, you can drink those all year, as you know from drinking barley wines.
I'm telling you, it's starting to blur. I feel like now it's all
they're not beer seasons anymore.
Right, now you can just kind of drink what you want when you want.
But you still can't drink that Russian Imperial Stout on a 90-degree day. Like, personally, me, I'm not.
That's true, because at the at Dark Matters party, it was about that. It was like 5 p.m. It was super hot, and Deeth's Cafe was on.
Yeah.
And I took a pass, even though it's really good.
Yeah.
I took a pass. I just couldn't.
Because you need, like, hydration.
Yeah.
And a syrup is not going to help you. But this week, Nick's finishing off a Tropic Hero that we were drinking last week. But then
it's giving me life, Brad.
We got cans of the Swift IPA from Hopewell.
Dude, I haven't been Hopewell in a while, man.
This is their newest beer in cans, so it's really nice to see them doing other things. They had that Clover that you can get in cans, which is like a sour beer that not really digging personally, but I know people like it.
Yeah.
But this is a great offering from them. It's a 6.8% real IPA, like classic IPA, much more like a pale ale than an IPA, really.
Except for that, it's almost 7%. But yeah, you're talking about just the notes.
Yeah,
how it looks and tastes.
And the flavor, it's not a hop bomb. It's not a punch in the face with those hop notes. It's like, especially, maybe it's my palate a little bit. Like maybe I've just been wrecked for so long that a 7% IPA is like, that's just a pale ale. But yeah, it's
clean, modern design with the black on silver and yellow can.
A bunch of their beers were coming in little boxes. This was in like a 6-pack kind of, classic snap top thing. So I wonder if they'll move this into the boxes because they seem go a little more elaborate with their packaging. Yeah. What do you think? First sip.
You said it all when you said it. Yeah, it's like it's actually not as it's a little more reserved than the Tropic Hero as far as the fruity hops go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's a step. Yeah, I like the bitterness on it actually. So.
Yeah, I think we talked about the Tropic Hero being traditional IPA. I don't know, it's such a weird thing to say now, like a classic IPA.
Yeah, yeah.
And this has that dryness in the Swift IPA, sort of at the end, but it doesn't like punch you in the face or, I don't know, dry out your palate too much. But I dig it.
Yeah.
It's nice. Cool. Well, we're going to sip on these and chat about our past drinking adventures. Mine included a trip to Hopewell.
You made it to Hopewell?
I think having the beer in my fridge, and we only have 3. I had drank 3 of them already. And
I drank 3 before you got here.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I should go to Hopewell and see what they have. Like, this beer is really good. And I went over there Sunday afternoon. Place was packed, which was nice to see, but I found a spot at the bar. I had a couple beers, and just nice offerings from them. I had a wheat ale
Right on.
and another, I think, pale ale, and both really good. They do those session pale ales, low ABV IPAs like really well.
I'm a big fan of their space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't get it initially until they held a party with I want to say Nico Asteria, and then I understood what they were trying to do. It's like like the old school saloon where like we keep it simple during the day, and then when it's time to party, then you unleash like why we have the space like this.
Right.
Okay.
So because you went for a dinner.
Yeah, it was like a 5-course beer dinner. It was actually really good. Yeah,
Okay.
And they have a ton of space downstairs. I think I want to say they got like 30 barrel fermenters downstairs, like sneaky big production down there. Yeah.
But going over there, that strip of Milwaukee is getting intense.
Oh, dude, and this is like the fourth or fifth brewery in Logan.
Yeah. But just like the amount of places that are over there now, there's like a burger beer bar down the street.
The walk-in is across the street. What's the pizza joint at the corner of Diversity that's next door to a Slashy. The name's escaping me, but that's really the first. That's the first. Crown Liquors. Crown Liquors is right there.
So it's becoming a pretty good spot, pretty good street from basically all of Milwaukee. Really, it's kind of getting nuts. Good luck drinking your way down that street. But, cool. So that was really my only stop. I did pop into Revolution for a beer.
Right on. Anything good on that, Rev?
I can't even remember what I had. I could check my check-ins on Untapped, but it was good. And it was like in and out. Like I had like 30, 45 minutes waiting for someone. I was like, oh, I'll just pop in and have a beer. And
you
then
get to see the fist and all the different colors on the tap. Yeah.
So that was good. But that was my week.
Right on.
Really? How about you? What'd you make it out to?
Man, I ended up south. I went to Hyde Park for their block party. They do the Silver Room. Silver Room used to be in Wicker Park. Now it's in Hyde Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do a block party every year. And I wanted to go check it out because, I wanted to see what the beer scene was like because this party is really big.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Jolly Pumpkin's down there. So the first thing I did was went to Jolly Pumpkin. Okay. And I got the Creek because we've been talking about these wild ales.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then what pissed me off was that like you can order beer at Jolly Pumpkin, but you can't take Jolly Pumpkin's beer into the fest, even though Jolly Pumpkin is smack in the middle of this party.
Oh, really?
This is a block party that runs from like 52nd down to like maybe 57th, right?
Okay.
Massive block party. And everybody's there, but Big Beer, I think Big Beer won out, man. Their contracts are in place, so it's like you get the Jack Daniel's Tennessee experience and the honey whiskey experience, and then you get another one where they're selling like cans of rosé and MGD and Rolling Rock and all this bullshit.
That's surprising because something like Andersonville, the Midsummer Fest, like there's a couple liquor stores like that are in that street, and I know back in the day we would just like get a backpack and fill it up with beer and go into this fest because they're not really checking your bags because you could live there kind of thing. But a lot of those places just like embrace the idea like, hey, I'm a bar here. I'll give you a plastic cup. Yeah. And you can go out on the street.
I was hoping for that.
Like, because there's no reason not to. Like, people want to come in for your beer and they want to like go check out the fest. Like, this is great for you.
This all makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying makes total sense to me. That is not how it went down. So I was a little frustrated with that. The party was good.
Okay.
But yeah, I think if you have a brewery in downtown Hyde Park, you got to fix it. So like Rolling Rock shouldn't be selling their beer and you can't sell your beer.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was the only thing I was bummed out about.
How was the Creek?
It was all right.
Not.
It was not my jam.
Not Goose Island.
But yeah, because I was going up to Dovetail to get their Creek, and then so I was like, well, man, I'll just do a little Creek tour. I'll start here. I'll start here with their Creek, the La Roja du Creek,
La Roja,
which is Flanders Red. Yeah, so it was good, man. Like caramel notes. With nice acidity. It wasn't bad. I'm not dissing it. It wasn't bad. It was fine. It was a fine beer. Yeah. I'm kind of over these bars, these breweries. Charging $8-9 for beer too. Kind of maybe that was it.
It was like one glass.
Right. Maybe I'm just kind of over that too.
Yeah.
I'm a grumpy old man though.
The beer got expensive. The days of Haymarket's like $4 or $5 pints. I think pints of Haymarket might still be $4. Like that's hard pressed to find a beer for $5 anymore.
Yeah. I think those days are over. They share a space. I want to know more about their connection to this North Peak Brewing.
Yeah.
So, all their stuff is like wood aged, sour and Belgian stuff, essentially, the Jolly Pumpkin
Kind of
Boys.
funky.
Yeah, a lot of funky stuff. But there's a lot of taps dedicated to North Peak Brewing. There's some kind of connection there, and they're doing this at all these locations where Jolly Pumpkin's popping up now with the pizza concept. So.
Yeah, I think that's just their non-sour line. It's kind of like Hubbard's Cove and Unani kind of thing. Like,
that's true.
we need to break that up, but if you just know us for sours, you're only going to ever come here for sours, right? So we need to separate that name so you know what you're getting, I think.
Now that you put it like that, it makes a little more sense.
Like some people can do it well, like Goose Island can do it, where like they kind of blend that line a little bit, where people are like, oh, I know it's IPA and I know that one's sour.
Yeah.
Other people break it up, like what is it, Side Project and Perennial?
Yeah, well, Perennial, it might be different now, but Perennial brewed at Side Project.
Yeah.
It was one of the Side Project, one of the Perennial brewers.
Yeah.
That just
I think it was
started
his brother, right?
something, yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
And then he just started his own thing.
Yeah. So, and it was kind of a different kind of style, so you kind of don't steal that audience, but you add to it.
That's true. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, good party though, and I'm glad I got to try the creek too.
Yeah, nice. And then you made it to the other side of the city, really.
Man, beautiful Evanston, E-Town. E-Town, they're calling it.
All right. I might be up there this weekend. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I went up to Evanston to see the cool kids at Slick Rick, man. Dude, I don't know, man. So the Great Adventures of Slick Rick came out when I was 12. So,
okay.
We're right down front. We're like yelling. We know every word and every song. Like, we're those guys. I think that's where I got sick at fucking Slick Rick. Because it was raining that day. But yeah, man, this was a party and a half. So it's the 10th anniversary for Evanston Space. Space is the concert hall about a mile away. Right?
Okay.
But they can only fit 250 people in there. So to celebrate their anniversary, they're doing these pop-up parties at Temperance.
Okay.
So because you can fit, and we went to Temperance. It told me the last time I checked in was with you in 2014 when we did the show with Claudia. Oh, but you could put 1,000 people in the Temperance parking lot.
Whoa.
Right. And then so it was like a no-brainer. It's like, well, let's do it there instead of doing it at this other place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Margaritas, and then of course Temperance beer.
Margaritas.
They were selling margaritas, so we got sauced up on a couple rounds of margis.
Okay.
And then we hit what they had their standard offerings. You know what was weird, man? Like, I'm scoping the place out, and on tap the day before they got a black IPA on, and then they got Might Meets Right, their barrel aged stout. They got two of them, the original Might Meets Right and the vanilla version. So I'm like, bring it on. I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, we gotta get there like 2 hours in advance because we're gonna get after it.
Yeah.
With these fucking beers, and then we get there, and those beers are off in favor of their like main line offerings.
They figured people are there just for the band. Why have these things that are kind of beer geek beers?
I guess, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, come on.
Yeah.
I've been here 4 years, man.
You know me.
So Gatecrasher, Disco Nap was a session IPA.
Wow, okay.
Escapist, and then Greenwood Beach, which is the pineapple blonde.
Yeah. I haven't had Disco Nap.
Me either.
You didn't even try it then?
No, I went Greenwood Beach and Escapist, and then we just rolled in Margie's the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get the Greenwood Beach is a confusing name to me because I think the Beechwood Blonde. Like it's a blonde, it's a pineapple blonde.
I've heard, who makes Beechwood Blonde?
Didn't we just have it? The Crystal Lake?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I get confused, but Greenwood Beach is the beach in Evanston.
Yeah. And this is the first time we learned that the Chiquita Banana folks actually also make pineapple because when we were there, there's these big-ass drums of pineapple with the Chiquita, sticker on them.
Who would have known?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good party. Yeah. I mean, come on, Slick Rick. And Slick Rick at a brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's pretty neat. I like Slick Rick, but I'm not a diehard fan to go. Like, the style of rap it's unique. You have to like that, right? And it's a little risque, right?
Yeah, and he comes out in his full, 80s regalia.
Oh, he did? Okay.
With all the gold chains, the
chains,
diamond studded fucking eye patch. And he just
he's like way old.
He's 53. He's 53, but he's still dressing the same way. Yeah. So it was cool. It was like good, clean fun, man.
Yeah.
I dug it. I thought it was fun.
How
man.
was
I had
was
a
it a
good
big
time.
turnout for
It
him?
was full because we left kind of early because it got to rain a little bad, so we didn't understand how many people were there until it was time to leave a little early.
And you turned around and you're like,
and
well,
I'm like, give me your hand, and then we're dragging us through all this whole crowd,
that's all. I feel like, yeah, if you like Slick Rick in any way, like
Yeah.
you got to take advantage of the opportunity, right?
Because dude, his the Great Adventures of Slick Rick is really like on the short list of best debut albums in rap,
Yeah.
probably ever, right? So,
I do like the concept album stuff, and he
Yeah.
did that well.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. yeah, it was fun, man.
nice. And then the Cool Kids, like, I feel like that was just thrown into like tie-in local
Yeah, because they're from Chicago.
Chicago and Detroit, right? One
Yeah.
guy's Chicago, one guy's Detroit.
Yeah, so we were talking about Black Mags earlier, and then we were talking about, well, Pennies on the Ground was a song that was on the NBA 2K8 soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't perform that.
Okay.
Or maybe they missed. Maybe I was getting a beer.
Yeah,
I
I only know that Bake Sale
Yeah,
EP.
Yeah, the Bake Sale EP. So
Yeah.
Black Mags and then Jingling.
Yeah.
So, I was about to start beatboxing, but I'm like, that's stupid. I should just,
Nice.
but yeah.
So-
Concerts at breweries, man. Because, Run the Jewels was at Goose Island on like a Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm scrolling on my IG and I'm looking at all these fuckers checking in at the warehouse and Run the Jewels is there. And I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, what? So the concept of like acts at breweries is I get excited about that.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like a pretty solid weekend for you. Anything else?
That was it, man. I'm old, man. That is all I did.
Well, if you got sick too,
and,
yeah.
then I got sick at the
yeah,
Slick concert.
Chill.
Nice. Singing Mona Lisa in the rain. Got fucking sick.
Well, there are a couple events coming up that are worth checking out. What's on the calendar? What do we got?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about this Thursday. That's the 26th. It's BCS Thursday at Clybourne.
The is that a thing? Like
That's
you
the thing. It's BCS Thursday.
said it like it's Taco Tuesday. Of course, it's BCS Thursday.
Taco Tuesday, BCS Thursday. Yeah. So when you talk to the Goose guys, they were excited about taking over the pub because the pub, if you're a Goose Island brewer at Fulton,
Yeah.
it's confusing to you that the Clybourne is its own thing and the production facility is a different thing. That's confusing for some people.
Yeah.
So they were excited. So now they get to do shit like this where it's all under the same umbrella. So Thursday the 26th, they're doing the original Vanilla Rye from 2014, Bourbon County Rare.
Is this the original Vanilla Rye? Is it the old Vanilla Rye or did they remake it?
No. I said Vanilla Rye. I meant to say the original Vanilla from 2014.
Is it that or did they remake it?
No.
It's just like bottles.
It's bottles of Vanilla 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'd rather. It's good. I don't know
Is
how.
it?
Does it hold up?
I don't know. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
It
I would.
might.
I would want fresh.
Yeah. You almost want to go Vanilla Rye, right? Because I was a little younger.
Yeah, but okay.
I'm curious about the
All
Backyard
right,
Rye.
anyway, hold on. I cut you off on the lineup.
No, Backyard Rye, Coffee, 16, Templeton Rye. They seem to have an endless supply of Templeton Rye. Everywhere I go, whether it's like a whirly ball, no matter where I go. If I'm downtown, at a hotel, they got Templeton. Everywhere I go, they got Templeton Rye 13 on deck. They got a ton of that shit.
That's why I know we talk about it, and you go and seek these bottles out often around that time, but you don't really go wait in the hour-long overnight lines.
Maybe.
Maybe. For Bourbon County.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think you could just not wait. There's so much of it, right? You will try all these multiple times if you live in Chicago before you die.
You really don't. Yeah, you're right. Cause like, I've had it at Moist Pub twice since Black Friday, all of them, right?
Right.
And now you can go here and get them. You don't really, unless you have to do it because the only time you drink these beers are at bottle shares and you have to bring one. If you're not doing that, you don't have to stand in line for Black Friday. If you live in Chicago, you can get every beer they make.
They pop up at like Fishman's always had like randomly. Beer Bistro would always have one that they just like. It's a stout Saturday kind of thing.
It's true.
People just have these beers, especially these bars now that need to compete with all these brew pubs and these brewery only releases. It's like, look at this, we got Vanilla Rye from 2012.
Yeah,
it's like,
caught
how do
my
you
attention.
have that?
You were talking about what was it, Sunday? After I was completely spent and sitting on my couch, I'm like, Fishman's is tapping Backyard Ride at noon.
Right.
I'm like, huh? I was like, we should go. I'm like, we should go over there. I didn't go, but yeah.
So you check that out on Thursday, though.
Yeah,
That sounds
Thursday.
at the Goose Island Pub.
Yeah, that's at Clybourne.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure those pours are, a little pricey too.
Yeah, some of the stuff you have to drink on premise too. So you're probably looking at like, shit, for Vanilla Rye. I'm sorry, I keep calling it Vanilla Rye. For 2014 BCS Vanilla, you might be looking at like a $50 play. You might be looking at like
You gotta buy a bottle. You
I
can't.
think you gotta buy a bottle. These are bottles. 11 a.m. Rare 15 and Vanilla 14. Those are bottles.
Oh, I can't.
Everything else is on tap.
Come on, Goose Island, do it like all these wineries do. Like, I just want a glass, and you open a bottle. Give me a little pour.
Yes.
Everyone's gonna go through. Everyone wants a little pour, but people don't want to spend $50.
I don't want to spend $50. I want to try it.
So give me an 8-ounce pour. Open the bottle.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, treat it like a glass of wine, right?
Because one of the worst feelings I ever had was at Twisted Spoke. They had what did they have? They had Alpha Kong, which was like a quintuple version of Alpha King. It was like a Belgian quad. It was something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like fucking 20% beer, and I was forced to buy the whole thing. And it was like, I'm like, well, I want to try this beer. I love the artwork, and I'm never gonna see this beer again. So I tried it, and it was one of the worst decisions I ever made because you feel bad. You open up a bottle, now you gotta like drink the whole thing.
Yeah. Those beers are so big. Yeah. You need a party of at least 2, but 3 probably, right?
Yeah.
You need a friend.
Yeah, you do need a friend. Yeah, so that's Thursday.
All right, cool.
Thursday. Friday is the 8th annual Malort and Cheap Beer Festival, man.
All right.
That's up in what is that, Petalongs?
All right. I thought you were just gonna say at Off Color. That's up at Off Color.
Yeah, so that is what it sounds like. $3 for both shots of Malort, $3 for a cheap beer. I want to say last year at this thing they tapped a keg of like Malort Barrel Aged Dark Lord at this thing.
Okay.
I don't see any signs of that this year, but that's happening Friday.
Nice. What's the cheap beer lineup? What do you got? You got Old Style,
Yes.
High Life.
Hams, Milwaukee's best. These are hand selected here, by the way. Ice House, Mexicali, Jenny's Cream Ale. You ever heard of these?
Jenny's Cream Ale.
Rhinelander, Keystone Ice, Stroh's, Red Dog. Oh my God.
I have friends that would buy. That was their like cheap party beer. Was Red Dog.
Hams. I want to say on one of our crawls after the show, I had a Hams and for the first time.
You had 2 hams.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at Hams. On this list, the Hams is the one that I was the most pleasantly excited about.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So that's Friday.
That's Friday. Okay.
Also Friday is Barrel Massacre 4 out at 18th Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's their big barrel aged get down in Hammond. That's a $50 ticket. 6 to 10 on Friday. Yeah. So that's when they just unleash all the stuff they got sitting in barrels.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Check that out. Just across the border.
Yeah.
Anything on Saturday? I got something for Sunday.
All right. Saturday, that's July 28th. Bird City is taking over the Lawrence House. We got to get over to this Lawrence House, man.
Yeah. Where is the Lawrence House?
Well, Brad, it's on Lawrence.
It's on Lawrence. It's gotta be up north.
Yeah, I want to say like Lawrence and Halstead or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because like the what was it? The New Belgium party. A couple weeks ago.
That's right.
They had a pregame event the night before where they were giving away bikes and a bunch of swag. They had it at the Lawrence House. Recently, around the bend, had a takeover on their patio. Yeah, this is uptown, so you're probably talking like Broadway and Lawrence.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. And the good folks at Bird City, who we've had on this show.
Yeah.
They will be there 4 p.m. on Saturday.
Nice. Check that out. Sunday, the 29th, this month is over.
Fuck.
There's a 3 Floyds 90s Nick summer lot party. Like Nickelodeon, not like Nick Floyd.
Yeah, I'm like, huh? Okay.
Like summer 90s Nickelodeon summer lot party.
Right on.
So this is $5. 3 Floyds will be taking over every tap to feature some of the rarest and fan favorites.
Dude, they got a lot of taps at Headquarters.
Yeah.
Didn't we go to that? What did we go to at Headquarters?
We went to the Firkin.
Yes.
Firkin Fest. This is bullshit. They're not, there's no way they are taking over every tap at that place.
There's taps downstairs. There's like 20 taps downstairs.
Yeah, there's at least 20 taps upstairs.
It's a lot. I mean, Floyds has a lot of beer though.
They do, but what, like 5 taps for Gumball Head? If they're taking over every tap.
You were talking about Apocalypse Cow before
Yeah,
the show.
so,
That's my jam. I like Apocalypse Cow.
Beer list includes Apocalypse Cow. Haven't had that in years. Like that milk stout. Von Monster. I don't know that beer.
No,
Shred Saison. I don't know that one. Zombie Dust, Gumball Head, Necron 99.
Yeah.
I haven't had that, but
Not
I've
that
seen
great.
that. Yeah, okay. Alpha King, and more limited surprises. That's not enough beers to take over this tap,
I
right?
kind of want you to hit me with a little, tease me with some barrel-aged behemoth. Our guy, Brian Baru. Hit me with some of that Brian Baru.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
too early for Brian Brew.
Is
they
it?
wouldn't have Brian Brew is the
It's like-
Irish. It's March, so they need March. That's a
Okay.
March beer.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Cow. Moloko should be coming
Moloko.
soon. Like,
Moloko. Yeah, hit
might
me
be
with
a
some
little
of the
too early
classics,
from
man.
Moloko.
You know? No Robert the Bruce?
yeah, where's the Bruce? He always shows up.
Even when you don't want him to.
Yeah, you didn't invite him, but he's there. But besides
Hit me
the,
with some, what was it? Pride and Joy? Hit me with Pride.
Yeah,
Hit me with the English Mild Ale.
they
Hit me with
will.
that.
Yeah,
Hit me with something. Because Floyd's been around for 20 years. I want to get. You can get nostalgic with them.
Yeah.
You should bring back some of the classics if you're doing
But,
every
like,
single tab.
the Nick thing they're gonna have in the parking lot. They're gonna have Double Dare challenges. They're gonna be playing 90s Nickelodeon shows on the TVs. You can do slime-filled face-offs and rally and relay races and stuff like that. So it should be pretty fun. Like Headquarters is like leaning into the retro a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's no way Three Floyds are taking over all those taps. The tap takeover is dead.
Yeah. Now it's more of an invasion.
Yeah, it's invasion.
Yeah.
That's fine. We can settle on that. So those are some of the events coming up this week. How about the best thing you drank this week? Was there a standout beer that you had? It was definitely not that Creek from Jolly Pumpkin.
Yeah. And then they hit me with the dirty glass. I was like, yo.
I
I'm like,
I
what is-
did see that picture.
Not only can I fucking not take this beer outside at a fest, but I can't. And I gotta have this crappy glass. What did I drink, man? Shout out to Saint Laurent, man. Neon vibes, great artwork too, man. That's just that's the summertime version of their double dry hopped IPA.
Okay.
So it was, the volume was turned down, man. It was like 6.4%. Killer artwork on this thing too, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that was,
I'm gonna go
that
with
was
that.
your standout.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Mine might be the Swift IPA, but we were drinking that. But I'll go another Hopewell beer, which was the People Power.
People power.
So it's a wheat ale, and then I believe a percentage of this beer was going to charity too.
Right on.
So yeah, it was just a great like hoppy wheat ale. So it kind of blends that line of pale ale and New England IPA. So it was really nice. Like I kind of wanted another one when I was there.
And they're the only crew in town that I can think of that make these classy little pins that I can put on my little lapel if I ever wear a sport jacket.
Yeah.
Hopewell.
Oh, okay.
Hopewell's the only crew that
No,
does that.
their H is it's
Yeah, it's that. And it's got the gold trim and the black backdrop. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can get a
it's
roaster
like
one if you want.
Letterman jacket. Like,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good. Cool. All right. What about a little bit of beer news before we wrap up here? Anything been happening?
A little shift left of beer. Let's talk
okay.
about Lost Lake, man. It's not too far from that strip on Milwaukee you were talking about where Hopewell is.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Lake went down to the Tail of the Tail. That's the annual cocktail convention down in New Orleans.
Okay.
And they walked home with the 2018 Best American Cocktail Bar.
Whoa.
Right, that's a big deal. So cheers to those guys, man. I love Lost Lake.
Lost Lake is fun. That banana one. Have you gotten the one with the banana?
yeah,
Like
and it
looks like a dolphin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything about that place is done with love. I tell you, even when they went to Madagascar, the Lost Lake crew, and they invited the Anvil to come up. And Anvil's in
Okay.
Houston, Texas. And they did this kind of 70s, like, retro, like, Texas Tiki disco.
Okay.
You know, and even that was really good. Like
Nice.
every time they do something, they do it like they give a fuck about it. So I'm excited for them.
What I like it's basically a tiki bar.
Yeah.
No one's been to the Lost Lake, but it's not like Trader Todd's, like over the top, right? Like tiki, like bamboo everywhere. It's more like a tiki dive bar. Like it has that,
That's
like
fair.
it's kind of dark in there. You're just kind of sitting on a stool most of the time, but then you have these like really fancy looking cocktails. Well, closer to maybe what's the spot like that's downstairs? That's a Let Us Entertain You place over by
Not Hub 51. With
not
Sub
Hub
51.
51.
Oh yeah, Three Dots in the Dash.
Three Dots. It
Well,
has
he
that.
came from McGee.
Yeah, but
he came from Three Dots. Yeah.
so it has a similar vibe as that, where it's a tiki lounge, but kind of weirdly basement-y dive bar.
Yeah, that one's a bar that sells tiki drinks. Three Dots in a Dash. It's
Yeah.
a bar that sells tiki drinks. I think like this place, Lost Lake, is a tiki bar, right?
Right. No, Three Dots and Dashes. Do they sell other things? They
Oh,
might.
I mean, like
You're
as
not
far-
going to Lost Lake for. I mean, not
Three
Dots and
Dots in a Dash for something other than tiki.
Yeah, like
Okay,
you may have.
yeah.
I think they have like bar snacks, but they have like they kind of suck, and they're really just like kitschy, kind of tropical things that you might have. But you want to go to Three Dots and a Dash with like your mom or your aunt and get like a big punch bowl and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then you want to do that with Lost Lake too, but you can go there and get like that dolphin banana thing.
Dolphin banana thing. It's got the little soaked dark cherry in the mouth
Yeah.
too. Man, that place is good.
Those drinks are sneaky, right? Like like Lost or Three Dots and a Dash. You're in the basement, so when you walk out, you're like, you feel like you come out of like, oh, where was I? But Lost Lake, you're like on the street, so when you walk out, you're like, oh crap, I'm just right here. Like you have like zero
true.
time to adjust, and
that's
you're just
true.
like in the middle of the city.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best thing that Three Dots has going for it is that the little, because you'll get, you won't find it right away.
No, you gotta
have
go
to-
down an alley.
Yeah, you have to go down an alley with a tiki torch to get to it.
Yeah. Nice, but congrats to them.
Yeah, man. Cheers to those guys, man. That's actually all I have in news, man.
Cool. I'm gonna have to make it over there again. All right. Well, then that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Nick needs to feel better so you can get out there and drink some more. But when you're not recording, where can people find you?
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD. You can find Chicago Beer Pass on Twitter at Chicago Beer Pass. Instagram, Chicago Beer Pass. Posting lots of photos there. You needed a selfie with Slick Rick. You should have got one.
We tried.
Yeah.
It's shitty, but we got one, but it's kind of shitty.
Oh, okay. So check us out there. Facebook, we're sharing other events. Usually links to where you can buy tickets or just say you're going to some of these events. So check that out. And then we'll be back next week with another episode. Take care.
Cheers.